What's good, y'all? Welcome to our channel. I'm Maya and Sarah, and we are charmed and dangerous.
Because you know we're charmed
and we are dangerous. And on today's episode, we are coming back at y'all with our I just can't get enough of insert zodiac sign. And today, of course, we are doing Virgo.
Happy Virgo season.
Yes, happy Virgo season.
Virgo.
Virgo. We are telling you what we think is your best love match, okay? But before we get into it, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button down below. We are two besties. We talk about astrology. We talk about fuck boys. We talk about dating in general. Just everything that we normally talk about, we do here now with you because you are our third. So officially join the squad. Hit that subscribe button. And now onto the video. Okay, Sarah. Okay, let the people know. Who is Virgo's best love match?
Okay, I pick Libra.
Oh.
I pick Libra.
Libra.
Obviously, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, Libra would also be a great match because Libra and Virgo are right next to each other in the chart. And I always, whenever someone asks me, is this sign compatible with this sign? And when they're right next to each other, typically they're not compatible. You know, if you think about it, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. You know what I mean? Like, typically they're not, but it gives you the opportunity to have planets in the other's chart because your signs are close to each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's not guaranteed, but it's likely, very likely. But other than that, I picked Libra because I feel like Libra is very socially intelligent, and I feel like Virgo finds that very, very attractive. Because although Virgo is intelligent, y'all are fucking smart. You're not socially intelligent. Yeah. You're kind of awkward. But I feel like Virgo stresses during most social interactions, and Libra can truly help with that, and they can do it really easily. Like, Libra's the most socially intelligent sign, and they're really able to work the room, and I feel like Virgo will see that and they'll be attracted to that. So that's one of my reasons, but many more to come.
Yes.
Why do you pick?
Yeah, so I picked Taurus.
Ooh,
for Virgo as
we
the
both
best
picked
love match.
Venusian.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like,
You're
oh,
thinking
that's so beautiful. You said it.
We're so
But I really like them.
Yeah.
This element, or you know what I mean? This planet for them. This planet rule for them.
Yeah.
Also both for like different reasons, you know what I mean? But I like Taurus because I feel like they both move like slow and at a steady pace, you know what I mean? And that's easy for a Virgo.
Yeah.
And while, like, everybody knows Virgo's like perfection, and while Taurus is far from that, I feel like they are beautiful beings and they're very patient, and I think that's actually what a Virgo needs. You know what I mean? They want somebody who's like beautiful to like look at because maybe they're not being always so critical of them, but also like patient and understanding when they are being, you know, hard-headed themselves and like going through some stuff and being nitpicky, right?
Yes.
You know?
It just made me think, I feel like Virgo really needs partners that don't stress them out, because Virgo's already always stressed out.
Yes.
And I can attest to this. Tauruses are the least stressful energies to be around. To me, Taurus is the definition of I'm chilling. Like,
Hella
actually,
chill. Hella chill.
They're never stressing, ever.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I wish they would stress a little.
Just a little bit.
Like, can you care like just a little bit? Like, let's care. Let's care a little bit.
Right.
But, no, but honestly, I feel like Virgo will care enough for the both of them. So I enjoy that. I like that. I like that.
A few moments later.
I give it 100% with you guys right now. Like, we just took a shot.
Yeah. So if we're a little like,
So from like the last clip to like now, if you notice the difference, like, mind your fucking business.
that's
Mind
why.
your business.
And Virgo, yeah, worry about yourself.
And, like,
okay, you're still gonna get your reading.
And if you didn't know, oh my god, we did this in the Virgo roast. You guys.
Oh my gosh!
If you haven't watched our Virgo roast, literally not planned. Our Virgo roast started with us taking a shot because we were so stressed. Like, the Virgo season energy was making us so stressed.
It was a lot.
We're like, we're gonna start this off with a shot. And
Yeah.
it's in the video.
Yeah.
So link down below.
Yeah.
Watch. Anyway, let's pretend that, you know, nothing just happened. Okay, so another reason why I did pick Libra for the best match for Virgo is I feel like Libra energy is typically very balanced, right? Like, they're always trying to find that perfect balance in their life. And what does Virgo strive for the most in life? A balanced and perfect life.
Yeah.
And who better to do that with them than Libra? they'll think that the other has it together. Both of them will think that about each other, like, oh shit, like that Libra, that Virgo, it looks like they have their shit together. Like they're so poised, they're so perfect.
Yeah.
And then the closer they get with one another, I feel like they'll realize how much they're both a perfect tamed mess.
Yes.
And it'll feel good because to other people, they both do look like they have it together. But at home, they could be like, oh my god, I'm so stressed.
Right.
Or like, oh my god, I'm so unbalanced.
Let it loose and
you know? I feel like they'll connect in that sense where like for them it is a goal at the top of their list to have a balanced and perfect life. Like, are they always doing that? No. But are they letting everyone know all the time that they're not perfect? No.
No. Yeah.
You know? So I feel like that's also another point in the terms of like why I love these energies together.
Yeah, no,
you know?
I honestly really like that too, and I feel like it is very like I don't know what the word is, like aware, not aware. Aware isn't the right word, but I'm just gonna say aware because that's the best
until
way
you
to
find the
think.
right word.
Aware of you to like say that because like like Libras are very balanced, and like I feel like Virgo, that is what they're ultimately looking for, and they would find solace in like the beauty of the Libra, the calmness of the Libra, the way that they always like to like be amicable in their manner, you know what I mean? I think that would be very like calming to
Virgo.
a Virgo.
Virgo needs that calming energy, which is, I feel like both of the signs we pick,
Yeah, it's
their
so
Venusian
funny.
rule, they have that calming energy that they truly need.
Love that. Virgo and Taurus are obviously both earth signs, right? So they already connect like on levels even without them like trying. Like they have this like general understanding of like stability and security, and these are things that they both really like long for and want in their partnerships and relationships. And I feel like they both understand the need for the other to want to take things slow. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like a slow burn relationship for these two. But I think both of them can be kind of apprehensive like getting into relationships. So like the other one isn't necessarily gonna be offended that the other one wants to take it a little bit slow. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that this love will like grow to something greater over time. Like as you stay together longer, you're gonna be like, oh, I respect you so much more. Like it's just gonna grow more with time because you'll learn each other's like routines and things too, and you'll just like respect each other more.
I feel like especially if that connection is there, you're always going to remember that connection that you have with that Taurus, you know, or as Taurus with that Virgo, like, you know? So it's like that won't, if the connection is there, the fact that you're taking it slow won't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So ultimately, like, I feel like with earth signs, as long as the connection is there, it'll work. No matter how slow everyone else around you thinks it's going. Right. Like, it'll work. Yeah. Like, with a lot of earth signs, I feel like it's always going to be a slow burn, but like, how it starts, like, you know what I mean? The faster it starts, the faster it'll fizzle out. Yeah. Personally, that's what I think. So it's like with earth signs, I feel like if you're an earth sign dating another earth sign, like you guys are gonna take your time, and although people around you might think that you're taking it really slow, and it's like, well, don't you just want to wife them up already or whatever? That's not how you process things, and that's fine because you know that you're taking your time getting to know the other person, and when you finally are at that place that you've decided it's them, like y'all are gonna stick. Yeah, you know,
because you're like, I've built this really strong foundation, and like Virgos, like Tauruses are really like reliable, straightforward partners, and I feel like that's what you guys like look for ultimately. You know what I mean? You want people to keep it straight with you and like be reliable, somebody who you can lean on and like rely on. For sure. You know, because like I feel like Virgos are so reliable and keep it, you know, 100 with everyone. They just want the same for themselves. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Another reason why I picked Libra is I feel like Libra, as we all know, really cares about their social status. They care about the way they present themselves. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's at the top of their priorities list is how people perceive them. It really matters to them. They want to be liked by everybody. They want everyone to think they're pleasant. All these things they really care about. And I feel like Virgo usually gets secondhand embarrassment a lot from their friends, their partners, their family members. And I feel like Libra is the perfect fit for them because Libra won't embarrass them. Libra really cares about the way they talk, about the way they dress, about the way they are in a career, you know, setting. Like they truly care about these things. And I feel like because of the fact that they're always presenting their most sophisticated version of themselves, like Virgo will love that. You know? I feel feel like with these two, they'll see each other. Like actually more so with Virgo to Libra. Virgo will look at Libra and be like, damn, you're perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're fucking perfect.
Yes.
And Libra,
No,
you're not
so see that.
perfect, but damn, have you perfected being perfect.
Right. And I feel like from a Libra's perspective, it's the same way to like from Virgo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, they got their shit together. They're organized. Like from a Libra's perspective, like they have it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so funny that
It is
like
funny.
you said earlier, like they both come together and they could be like kind of controlled messes, like
Controlled
amongst
messes.
each other.
Literally. I feel like the only thing that might throw Libra off is the fact that Virgo is a little bit antisocial, or they're not as good in a social setting.
Yeah.
But Libra, if you want to date a Virgo and you truly like the way Virgo handles things, find a Virgo that has, you know what I mean, a lot of Libra or Leo placements. Like that's the Virgo you need in your life. If they're very Virgo dominant and you're very Libra dominant, typically I don't think that will work.
Yeah.
But find someone who has Libra or Leo in their chart as a Libra. And Virgo, if you have Leo or, you know what I mean, Libra in your chart, find someone that has Scorpio or Libra in their chart a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's all about, you need to find their birth charts, okay?
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yes.
It's not about the sun sign.
Let's take the moment now to say that you have a full birth chart.
We
and
always
this video
try to
is
say
based
this.
on sun signs, so don't come in here like, I'm a
don't do
Virgo,
that.
I would never date a Taurus or a Libra. Like, okay.
You need to learn
you don't
about
have
your entire
to.
chart.
You don't have to.
And I remember, like, always people will be like, I'm talking to this guy, like, how did you ask this guy to, like, you know, to know a chart? Like, how should I ask him for his birthday? I'm like, you can't ask me, because literally what I would do, I literally would be like, what time were you born? I'm into astrology and I want to read your chart.
Yeah,
that's how I did it. And if you can't do that and you need to find like a intricate plan to figure out how to do it, like you do that on your own. I'm very straightforward, and if someone doesn't like the fact that I'm into astrology, they're not my person.
Yeah.
And if they don't understand astrology, that's fine. But if they're making fun of it or if they think it's weird, that's not my person. So if you're into it and you want to know someone's chart, just be straightforward and ask them.
Yeah, you can just ask. And like I kind of have a silly way of asking them too. But still, it matters like to the minute. So like after a while you're gonna have to get specific. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to just straight up ask.
If you want a real tip, I would say this people. I would say, oh yeah, they say actually when you were born at night, you are a night owl. But I was born in the morning, like around like 11. So I think that's why I'm a morning person. What time were you born?
Yeah. You know? You see this slick way?
Libra Mercury, bitch.
Smooth. The word. Smooth. So in regards to communication amongst the Taurus and the Virgo, both Virgo and Taurus can be very, very stubborn beings. You know what I'm saying? However, Taurus is actually the more stubborn being amongst these two earth signs. But it's okay because Virgos, y'all are a mutable energy, so I feel like they will actually help Taurus maybe be a little bit more less resistant to the change that is inevitable in life. You know what I mean? So like Virgo, you'll get to do your like coaching thing of helping the Taurus come along and like, you know, you love it, you know what I'm saying? But also you gotta be a little patient and not as like critical when you're saying these things, because that's not gonna fly with the Taurus. They'll go full bull on your ass.
Or they'll just ignore the fuck out of you.
It's just not gonna work, you know what I mean? Like you have to be creative with your ideas and say it in a nice way too, because otherwise the Taurus is just not gonna listen
If it's not pleasant, Taurus won't take on to it well. For sure. For sure. Taurus is sensitive.
They're
Even
very
though
sensitive.
you wouldn't think Taurus and Scorpio are, because, you know, we're sister signs and we're very much like, I don't care. We care a lot. We care
a lot.
And actually, like, it'll be easier for you to find out if a Scorpio cares. It's harder for you to know if a Taurus cares, because Taurus will literally just pretend that they're fine and they're cool and they're chill and nothing really bothers them, but it bothers them. And the more they start to resent you, the further you get from mending your relationship.
Yeah. And the Taurus won't speak on it. You're just slowly getting into this Cold War.
So another reason why I picked Libra is I feel like, as we all know, Libras are very neat And if you think about it, you know, I feel like Venus's influence on Libra makes them hyper aware of their surroundings, and the way their environment looks is truly the way they feel and how balanced they feel. And I feel like this is very similar to Virgo's nature in the sense that Virgo is the neat freak, and cleanliness will never be compromised in terms of their, you know, relationships when it comes to Virgo. So I feel like that's why they'll work. I feel like Libra will literally design the home, make it look beautiful, and Libra will maintain the home, make it remain neat, you know? I feel like that's important for both of them. I don't think either of them can date a messy person.
No, both
it
of them
stresses
really
them out when they're
need it,
with a messy partner, because they feel like because they're not gonna be living in a messy place. They're gonna clean no matter what.
Right.
But if they're with someone who doesn't clean, it's gonna drive them crazy because they're gonna feel like it's just them that's taking care of their environment.
Yeah, that's so funny because I feel like that's one of the negatives for me on the Taurus side, is that Tauruses, as we all know, they can be kind of lazy, you know what I mean? And Virgos are hard workers. So like imagine if a Virgo like wants to clean that day and like the Taurus is just like slept in bed, can't get up, can't be bothered. That would really I really see that like pissing a Virgo the fuck off.
I also feel like Tauruses are hoarders. Like material possessions are very, very important to Taurians. Like they stress about any of their items being taken away. Like they hold on to it like it's a part of their heart. But like Taurus, you need to learn to let go of some things. Stop being hoarders. You guys are hoarders. Let it go. Make room for new emotional connections instead of material connections. Yeah. You know?
Or like you have emotional connections to these material things.
Yeah.
And like that's not good either. You know? Let it go.
Okay, so another reason why I love Virgo and Libra energy together is I feel like they're the definition of we'll talk about it at home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like a lot of people, not everyone, I feel like I have that need where it's like if we're arguing, let's take it home, but not everyone agrees with that. Like a lot of people enjoy arguing in front of people and they don't really care. And I feel like both of these signs, they hate confrontation a lot. It makes them feel very uncomfortable, and I feel like especially they hate doing it in a public setting. And I feel like since they both hate being embarrassed, like it just makes them feel like they're not on top of their game when they're being embarrassed. I feel like they'll tastefully fight in the comfort of their own home.
Yes.
And I feel like it's important to have that with your partner. Like the way you fight is important. Even though like a lot of people don't like to talk about it because they like to make it seem like relationships are perfect. Like I feel like those are the couples that don't last. If you're someone who has been with someone for a long time, you know the importance of knowing how to fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how to fight with each other. Because if you're not fighting, okay, you guys don't like each other at all. You should not be together. You're gonna fight in a relationship where you love each other, but you need to know how to fight and how the other fights and how you're able to fight in a way that is productive.
And respectful to one another, you know what I mean? I feel like you were saying earlier, both of these signs can get embarrassed pretty easily, you know what I mean? None of them wants other people to see that there's a discongruence going on here. I think that's something that is very important to both of them. You know what I mean? And yeah, I relate to that. I don't like it. Okay, so lastly, in the sexual areas between the Taurus and the Virgo, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of sexual chemistry here, actually. Virgos are some freak leaks, like in general. Like I feel like Virgos, they kind of like some like
when you're perfect like that,
you know what I mean? Like
you're
you got
doing
some
some
little
nasty
kinky,
shit.
naughty things. And I feel like Tauruses are really good at making sure that their partners feel loved and like appreciated in the bedroom. You know what I mean? And that may be a little bit different for the Virgo. So also for the Virgo, I say while you love to give, there's also pleasure and joy that you get from receiving. And you should let a Taurus do that for you, genuinely, because I feel like they know how to love. They only see the beauty in people, I think, you know what I mean? And I think that Virgos sometimes can be very self-critical, and I think that there could just be like a beautiful harmony that comes about being too self-critical and somebody being really reassuring in your sexual experiences.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean?
I feel like Taurus is so reassuring.
Yeah.
And Taurus gives you a sense of comfort in whatever activity you're partaking in together. And Virgo's anxious ass needs that. Y'all need that shit. Y'all be stressing a lot. You need you need someone that's gonna make you feel comfortable and that puts you at ease. And I feel
Yeah.
like Taurus has a really nice way of doing that.
And Virgos, yeah, I really want to emphasize, like, you guys can be givers too in the bedroom, but like be on the receiving end too.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are great givers, but you
know?
should be. But they just don't know how. They start stressing when
I
it's happening to them.
I know.
Learn.
But like, learn.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, you deserve that too.
You do,
You
for sure,
know?
for sure. Okay, so for my last point, I want to talk about a little bit of a negative in the dynamic that I spoke about in, between Virgo and Libra. I feel like Libra and Virgo couples can typically have like a smooth flow of communication because, Libra is very harmonious and Virgo obviously is ruled by Mercury, so they know how to communicate together. But Libra, beware. Virgo won't let you wear your rose-colored glasses. They might for a little bit, but typically they're going to keep it 100 with you and be like, what are you talking about? That's not realistic. Like, Virgo will do that to you, so be aware of that. But also, that can be very beneficial to you. Like, you should have someone that is able to tell that to you. You shouldn't have yes men around you all the time, Libra, just because you're looking good and people want to be a part of your social circle. You know what I mean? People sometimes take advantage of you in that sense. Virgo will keep it 100 with you. And I feel like for Virgo, on the other hand, Libra's silver tongue may be something that you admire about them, or it may be something that, that you resent them for. I feel like Virgo wants to be a smooth talker
But,
like
they don't
Libra,
have it.
but Virgo, really, you just talk slow. You're not a smooth talker, you just talk slow.
Bro, wait, why do they really
I just
all
have to
talk
say that.
slow, though?
I mean, I just have to say that because, like, I know it. Like, as a Scorpio, I peep it. Like, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Virgo's so sophisticated." I'm like, they're literally just talking
They
slow.
just say things slower than
And they take their time before they say the next thing. They're not okay.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry,
that's
Virgos, I love you,
totally
but you just
what
talk
it
slow. You take your time.
is. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, I
And
love
on
it.
that note,
I love it. And on that. Okay, y'all. So I have a question.
Ooh, she has a question,
for
y'all.
the people. Question for you. And we're gonna talk about it in our podcast. We're not talking about it on this episode. So if you
Link
want
down
to
below.
hear our answers, go to the podcast. Okay. But the question is, what self-love / love advice would you give to a Virgo? You know what I mean? Because I feel like Virgos sometimes they have a hard time like coming to love or like wanting to be in a relationship. So how can we help ease them in this time?
yeah,
Yeah. So if you want to hear our
like it.
answers to this question,
to the podcast.
go to the podcast. Okay, it's gonna air on Tuesday.
So next week.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching our best partners for Virgo video. Don't forget to comment down below who you think is the most compatible with Virgo. If for some reason you didn't like our two choices,
Really great
let
choices.
us know. Really great choices.
Really great.
Let us know down below why, or if you're a Virgo and you dated these two signs and it didn't work out, let us know why. Like, I'm always interested to know because I'm nosy and a little bit messy. Not really messy,
We
but
like
like
the
more
tea.
nosy. Yeah. And
Love how
we're gonna post our socials on the page somewhere. I don't know if it's up here, down here, somewhere.
Here. Oh, around.
We post every Monday and Thursday for YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. And then Tuesdays for our weekly podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys next week.
We love you. Bye.